check now the starting lineups for both teams. First, for Houston, Chris Paul is out there with Harden. A big game for this young man, making his NBA debut. And it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Anderson in at the 4 shot. And looking at the Thunder, Russell Westbrook out there with Roberson. They've got Adams. He's thrilled for this one. Everyone will be watching now how he does in his first NBA official game. Then it's Paul George, and it's Anthony in at the 4 spot.
So much has been said about the Oklahoma City home court advantage, and for good reason. I mean, you can feel it and hear it like a college atmosphere.
That's a good point. George against Paul. Harden gets to Ariza. And Roberson pulls it down. Now Westbrook. That one wide left. Clark, back to what you said. Not only can you hear it when they are here, you can literally feel it. The rumbling, Steve, when you first come out of the tunnel is amazing.
Well, the Thunder have a fantastic team, Kevin, and they've been good the last few years, but you don't go 34-7 at home like they did last season without a significant advantage coming from the crowd, and I think that's been the case here. The crowd is loud and active and fired up every single night.
And again in Oklahoma City, no good. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. Thunder have gone 0-3 from the field to start the game. Offensive rebound, a second chance effort, and the layup is good.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the board.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
A short time ago, Mike D'Antoni and I were able to catch up. He told me one of the more troubling tasks this team must do is to figure out how to slow down Russell Westbrook. He said that between his explosiveness and ability to change direction, they'll have to have all 5 guys keeping an eye on Westbrook whenever he's on the perimeter.
Thanks, Doris.
Kevin, he didn't hesitate that time. The D gave him a step, and he just pulled up and drained the 3.
Outside, George. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
Incredible. It only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing the 3-point battle like this. Pick on me.
Harden the pass to Paul. Westbrook with the steal. And now Westbrook pushing it up. No one back to stop him. That's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. Those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from out of the backcourt.
Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's George. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one is on Ariza.
Houston found their way back into the playoffs last season, but really it wasn't because they were a tough team on the road. They only had 16 wins away from Houston last season.
And Clark, as you were talking about, the Rockets weren't nearly as troublesome to teams last year when they found themselves in the away locker. Mostly, Steve, it came down to their offense not having quite as much punch.
Well, most teams don't score as much on the road as they do at home, but for the Rockets, 5 points differential between home and away, it's pretty dramatic. And I think that was one of the reasons why we saw them struggle when they left Houston and tried to get a win.
Harden dishes to Ariza. Anderson outside. Houston moving it around. Harden kicks to Anderson. He feeds it to Paul. And he overshot that one, missing.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grip.
No good from Roberson.
Oh, perfect opportunity to finish the break, and he blows it.
Steve, you have to be able to finish off plays like that. It's a must.
Number 15, and that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. Grant is checked in for the Thunder. Felton comes in for Russell Westbrook. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. From deep, George. The shot, no good. And the Rockets take it the other way. It's Harden with the drive. Anderson passes to Ariza. And there's the pass to Paul. Harden outside. 6 on the shot clock. Goes in for the dunk. The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Yeah, that is Showtime stuff right there. Major highlight reel material.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
There's the dish to Paul. Back to Harden. Passes to Paul. Now the feed to Harden. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. And that's now 10 points for James Harden. The drive by Anthony. That's good. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
Yeah, this could be a back and forth game all the way, guys, the way it's being played. This is fun to watch.
Ariza with it. Now guarded by Grant. Ariza dishes to Paul. Pass to Harden. Launches it. And another 3 for Houston.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. And the Rockets making a change here. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Here's Aprinas. It's rebounded by Houston. Here's Green. Shoots from 14. It's rebounded by Aprinas.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
And here's Felton from the arc. No good. So Houston will take it the other way. 3 on 3. Green kicks to Gordon. Rejected by Patterson. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Aprinas, the pass to Grant. And there's the call by the official. The basket is following the goaltending call.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
And Oklahoma City making a change here.
Well, you could see it at the start of the season. Oklahoma City was being driven by falling short in the 2012 final. Their focus was on being the best team in the West, and they jumped on their goal right from the start.
Green with the ball. Now guarded by Ferguson.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
There's a minute left to play in the first quarter. Green kicks to Mbamute. Feeds it to Tucker. Pass to Mbamute. He dishes it to Green. That doesn't go either for Green. And for the Thunder, the second best regular season record in the league last season, Steve, at 60 and 22.
Well, they had the best point differential in the league, Kevin, which I think is probably the best barometer in terms of how well you're playing. But clearly the Westbrook injury in the first round of the playoffs against Houston just completely took the wind out of their sails. And I would look for Oklahoma City to be back this year with everybody healthy. They'll have a chip on their shoulders. They want to get back to the finals this year.
Rockets trail by 4. There's 18 seconds left in the first. And it's Gordon penetrating.
Oh, man!
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
The offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line. That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Well, they've got to meet the energy that they're facing right now. So important to battle on the boards.
And that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Now, Kevin, in the first half of play, they're really closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity defensively.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover. Third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical, be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Ersan Ilyasova, a rare breed, a stretch four who's also a big factor on the offensive boards. Ersan said, that's part of my game, to be active. Some nights you aren't going to hit those shots, but if I have this in my pocket, just go in there and crash on the offensive glass. It's all about second effort. Guys?
Well, it seems it can do both, Doris. His really steadily growing, too. They get it back. And yes, sir, that one drops.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
He gets to Westbrook. Shoots a three. The Thunder with another miss. Rockets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. The drive by Green. And it's all evened up. Thunder have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And they're going to pass the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
This is a seesaw affair.
The game's there for the taking, but neither team seems to want it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Mbaamuta. And it's Paul in for Gerald Green.
You know, when you get an influx of talent through the draft like the Rockets did prior to last season, the initial reaction is excitement, but then you think about, man, how are we going to get these guys ready to play NBA basketball? And the Rockets did a nice job by taking it easy and bringing them along slowly.
Gordon outside, and that is good.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
And here's George for 3. Rebounded by Black. And for the Rockets, you look at how that strategy worked out for them, and it was exactly what they needed. Got off to a quick start last year, and Steve, toward the end, their rookies were fresh and able to contribute when it mattered most.
You know, Kevin, it's hard for fans to see a player get drafted and not immediately see the floor, but a lot of times that's the best.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed way in, but I say put as much as you can on the finish and get your teammates going.
A nice shot by Tucker.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play. They're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession. That's their 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
And it's Gordon missing. Oklahoma City's gone 0-2 from deep in the second. Here's George. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
You see, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
The Rockets making a switch here. It's Harden with the drive. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. The Rockets pull it in. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Here's a reason. And it's sent back by George. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. Roberson, he's checked in for Patrick Patterson. here in the second quarter. Just under 3.5 minutes played. Fires from 14. Bank shot, no good. Thunder have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. The shot by George, no good.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
Harden kicks to Paul. Back to Harden. He's outside. Launches a three. Leaves it with another miss.
Not the best shot. Long range and with a defender right in his space.
And defensively, that's the kind of work he's known for. I mean, he loves to lock you up. If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out. He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Back to Anthony. Outside, George. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Westbrook with the steal. And the Thunder pushing it up now with the lead pass. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And I wanted to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Rockets.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And the fact that they're playing well, close to the hoop, finding points in the paint, I mean, they've got it all going tonight.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Abrinas has checked in for Paul George. It's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. He was all alone on that one. And now a 4-point Rocket lead.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Yeah, in fact, 3 of the last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Now, he thought he could knock that one down, but the defense was really all over him.
Houston's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Harden dishes to Anderson. A steal, puts it up from 15, and the bank shot is good. Oklahoma City's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. The 3 from Anthony, and that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. That's 10 points for Carmelo Anthony. Houston leading by 3.
You know, with so many high hopes, the Thunder seem to be everybody's pick to make it to the finals once again. They were so dominant throughout the regular season. Many thought it was a foregone conclusion, but the injury to Russell Westbrook. I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flare. The important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
I'm with you, Kevin. You can't fault him for that. Just let him go. Who cares?
And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
He just didn't make the catch, didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
And Baamute's checked in for the Rockets. Paul outside. Back to Harden. 41 seconds left in the first half. Paul passes to Harden. 6 to shoot. Dishes to Mbamute. Up again. Throws it down with the quick putback jam. And the Rockets lead by 5.
Things have changed a little bit here in the second quarter, guys, and we're seeing them start to convert a lot of second chance opportunities.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach has to be happy about this. I mean, the hustle underneath is paying off in a big way.
Now, here is Harden, defended by Abrinas. To the inside, and stolen by Felton. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Here's Grant, and he finished it off with the lane. Now just a 1-point Rocket lead. And here we go with James Harden. He's got 15. Paul for 3, and good on the basket. Booking. Paul's got 6. The pass to Roberson. 3-pointer. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we're through 2 here and a good one.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. Hi and welcome. Halftime report coming your way with an excellent game going on in Oklahoma City. The Houston Rockets in front against Oklahoma City. Great energy and aggression offensively, making their own luck with a lot of second chance points. James Harden not having any difficulty scoring against this Thunder defense. Seems like everything's falling for him. Not sure if he even knows how to miss. And for the Thunder, it's been all hustle. They've been relentless attacking the rim, dominating in points in the paint. The bodies down low, been banging away. An all-round great effort by Carmelo Anthony. He has 12 points, and it's been a good overall defensive game for him. He's
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
What a game we've seen here for Harden. 15 points, and he's drained 3 three-point bombs so far.
Tell you what, he should not hesitate to keep firing from out there because he's got the touch tonight.
And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession.
16 seconds on the shot clock. 16.
Harden.
Out of bounds, Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession.
They had no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through.
Well, that was a good job. It could have been a quick bucket if he doesn't knock it out of bounds there.
Paul gets a screen from Anderson. Paul kicks to Harden. From the arc. Here's Anderson.
And they've missed the first 3 shots of the third quarter.
Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He fouls into the
Just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
Houston might have made the playoffs in the West last season, guys, but it wasn't because they were beating up on their peers. They were 24 and 28 against the rest of the West. That's why they got the 8th seed.
from deep Harden. Another miss by Harden.
Ugly start to this second half, guys. They missed all 4 of their shot attempts.
And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
Westbrook.
On defense, the Rockets, they lead by 1. You remember the Rockets last year when they were playing a lot of teams in the West near the end of the regular season. That was when they slipped, Steve, out of the 6th seed range down to number 8.
Well, of course, the West was really strong last year, Kevin, so it makes sense that you're going to struggle a little bit against all those good teams. But Houston ended up being the only team in the West to make the playoffs with a sub-500 record against the rest of the conference.
The Thunder with another miss.
Well, they need a shot or 2 to fall here soon. They're only 1 of 4 since the break.
And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Ariza. Ariza's got 3 assists now in this one.
What a smooth finish.
Well, he's certainly the one they want on the end of those breaks. He always finishes strong.
Thunder trailing by 5. Anthony down low, working on Anderson. And that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter.
Well, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics. At least as I look at it.
And it's blocked. Thunder have gone only 1 of 6 in the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. Westbrook kicks to George. Looking to end his cold spell. Rockets with the rebound. Ariza's got his third rebound tonight.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of. Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And Westbrook, here we go. George against Ariza. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. Shoot two.
Looking at the game for George, 9-point versus and a bunch of shots in reverse.
Well, and because of that, there's now a serious intimidation factor working in their favor.
For the Rockets, Tucker's checked in, and it's Gordon in for Chris Paul. Ariza with the bucket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
You got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Turn the collapse inside, force the ball back down the perimeter, make them beat you from long range.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
From deep Harden. Rebound by Anthony.
Boy, desperation three. I think he's got to look to move the ball on in that situation.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City. And here's Anthony from the arc. That's good. Now just a... Five-point Rocket lead.
Seems like guarding him on the perimeter is not a priority for this defense, but it will become one if he continues to knock them down.
Harden kicks it to Tucker. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Westbrook passes to Roberson. No good on the three. Rockets leading by 5. Gordon with it. Now guarded by Roberson. It's Harden with the drive, and it's blocked by Adams.
Anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Here's Anthony.
Talk about putting something extra. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, and he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, I mean, startling that he'd even try that right now.
Timeout called the Rockets.
You know, you look over at how tough the West has been over the last decade or so, and my, you've never seen a team dominate that conference the way the Thunder did last year. They were on the roll.
Nene, he's checked in for Houston. Anderson comes in for Trevor Ariza. Gordon kicks it to Tucker. Back to Gordon. From past the arc, hits the bucket. Gordon's got 9 points.
Great interplay there between those two teammates.
The record for the Thunder against the West, 39-13. The schedules that you never really see for a team playing against what is always, Steve, a very tough Western Conference.
Well, just to give you an idea of how good the Thunder were in the West last year, you'd have to go all the way back to the 08-09 season to find another club that had more than 39 wins against the West. That was the 09 Lakers, of course, who went on to win it all.
Roberson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. The open shot, Gordon. They get it back. Tucker. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. 5 points in the game.
Just an enormous advantage for them on the board.
Guys, the key to the lead, to me, has been dominating the glass. Like that simple.
Outstanding job there to absorb the contact and guide it in.
That's how you impose your will against the defender. He came to play. Yo, set it up!
Outside Gordon. Kicks it to Ball. Baseline jumper. Here's the three. That doesn't go either for Gordon. Thunder trailing by 3. And George, here we go. It's rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got 5 rebounds tonight.
I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, we're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Roberson the pass to George. And he makes... George has got 12 points in the game.
He's such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And here's Paul. He's got 8. He passes to Tucker. And stolen by Patterson. Passes it to Roberson. For the lead, the Rockets pull it in. Anderson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Tucker. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 6 assists in the game.
Easy baskets. That's exactly what they need.
And Westbrook, here we go. Goes up high for the two-hand dunk. He can fly, and make you for days. It's quite hard sometimes.
Yeah, when he does decide to attack the basket, Kevin, he can do it with the best of them.
And this is the time to attack with these two teams locked in such a close game.
52 seconds left in the third quarter. He feeds it to George. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
They've clearly been the better team on the glass, but it hasn't necessarily translated to the scoreboard yet.
You feel like it's going to reward this team at some point. They've got to continue to maintain the energy.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Now you can tell what the crowd thinks about that call.
Yeah, they erupted as soon as the whistle blew.
Roberson gets the bucket.
Nicely done. They just continue to dominate inside. That's 10 points in a row in the lane.
It's now purely, here it comes. See if you can stop it.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Anderson outside. Number 15, Patterson defending. 5 on the clock. Rebound by Raymond Felton.
Well defended, and he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
No good. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game, neither team getting ground. Rockets ahead, leading by just 1. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Rockets.
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good crisp passes.
That's good from Mbamute.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
It's Anthony with the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Anthony's got 19 points.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Oklahoma City needs to do a much better job against Chris Paul.
He has 8 points and 7 assists. He's really opened up things for his passing by having so much success from the three-point line.
Yeah, he's been a double threat all day, scoring and passing. What a game. Well, you kind of expect that from him. You pretty much know what the result's going to be when he goes to the line.
And Westbrook, here we go. Back to George. And that pays out the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got assist number 5 here tonight. Ball against Westbrook. Puts it up from 7. And it's sent back by George. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And it's going to be 2 free throws. 2 contact on the shot. Makes it. And the next one could tie it up. And the Rockets making a change here. Anderson's checked in. And it's tied up with that one. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Ball outside. Dish now to Anderson. Back to Paul. And they double up Paul. To the middle. Paul George with the steal. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. Anderson with the block. Now here's Mbamute. Makes the lead pass. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. And the Rockets making a change here. Number 15, defended by Adams. Gordon kicks to Mbamute. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Mbamute Mbamute has got 5 points in the quarter. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Well, they were getting tired out there. A quick timeout gives them an opportunity to catch their breath.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
During that break, the coach of the Thunder had some words for his team. The three-pointers obviously have been hurting them. He told his players, we've simply got to play them tighter on the perimeter. We can't afford to give them these wide-open looks. Kevin?
All right, Doris, thanks. And it's Houston on the break. Here's Paul, and the rejection by Roberson. And the Thunder pushing it up now. George with the ball. Gets the ball. Fourth quarter of play, near about 2.5 minutes. Do it right now. Westbrook against Paul. Mbamute. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And the Rockets lead by 3.
Clark, they're really struggling guarding that three-point line.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, Steve.
And here's Anthony for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Now Gordon. Hooked away. Paul kicks to Gordon. Puts up a 3. And shot opportunity. And it's good on the layup. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 14 rebounds. Westbrook against Paul. And the top by Westbrook. Tremendous job. We think more of his passing.
Yeah, but he's got tremendous leaping ability and a surplus supply, too.
Well, that's a great aggressive move and 2 big points, too.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Mbamute. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Paul kicks to Gordon. And George with the block. They recover. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Ariza with the rebound. Ariza's got 4 rebounds in this game. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. Gordon with it. Stolen.
Well, in the first half, he was flawless when it came to handling the ball, but that has not been the case here since halftime.
George dishes to Carmelo. Working on Anderson. Here's Anthony. The 6-footer's good. Anthony's got 9 points here in the second half. Houston's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. The feed to Paul. Gives him the lead pass. That's good.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. And this is the time to attack on the interior and generate those easy opportunities.
There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go Clark right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Gets it to go.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today, Steve.
Also, the defense has been ineffective trying to run shooters off that three-point.
Well, Westbrook has been great. He's got 21 points, and steals are starting to pile up for him also.
They sure have, but clearly he's gotten in their heads because of it, Clark. Guys are looking over their shoulder now, always worrying about where he is.
And the Rockets making a change here. Harden's checked in. Anderson passes to Harden. Pass to Paul. Shoots the three. And another three for Houston.
Yeah, and that's his first three of the half. There may be more in store.
Westbrook drives in. And they have a chance for a three-point try. Chris Paul picks up that.
You know, he's knocking down the shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
He's got such a great rhythm at the line, whether it's with a big lead in the first quarter or with the game hanging in the balance like it is now.
That's going to be over in bounds. Not watching for the line that time.
You cannot afford to make mistakes like that here in a tight game.
Westbrook against Paul. Westbrook gets his screen from Adams. Outside Westbrook, no good.
They've done a great job of controlling the boards in this one, Kevin.
Here's Ariza. Kicks it out to Harden. Houston moving it around. Anderson dishes to Ariza. It's Harden with the drive. And Houston again with the bucket. 1:24 left to play here in the fourth. Paul with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. On up the court. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call.
The point that you receive, even though it's close, it really has that inside presence.
Right as always, partner.
Line is good. They're both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
Westbrook gets to George. Shot misses. And Houston the other way now. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. He drops the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 9-point ball game here. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth. Westbrook passes to George. That doesn't go either for George.
He has not shot the ball well here, and I think it's time for him to start looking for his teammates a little bit.
It's Harden with the drive. Anthony with the pick. George, that's a two-pointer. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Not a good look at the hoop. They've got to do a better job offensively creating some space.
That's the first, and that will push the lead to double digits. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And so Paul nails both of them.
And that's exactly how you close the game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
And nothing you can do to salvage this one at this point. Game over.
Not anymore. Any chance they had is gone.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Here's Houston now. They're on a 16-6 run. Here's Green.